expanding special products. So special products are when we have two things like this. So we've got here an a plus b all squared. So that means the bracket is really written twice, a plus b. And the squared means that it's, repeated a plus b. But we don't need to write that. If we've got something like this, what we normally do is grab this first term, the a, and we square it, and we get this one here. These are all positives, okay, so we don't need to worry about that. To get I'll do the last term first, the b squared. We get this last term here, b, and we square it, so that's how we get the b squared. And then in between is we times them, a and b, and there's two of them, so that's important. The same thing here, it means it's two of these brackets the same. Again, to get the first term, we square the a, so a squared. To get the last term, we square the b. And this should be a plus in there. That is wrong. And then to get the middle term, it's 2ab with the minus in between. So if it's the minus, that's the only time you get the minus. So example 1, it says expand the following using the perfect square rule. Okay, so part A, p plus 3 all squared. Get the first one, and we square it, so p squared. Now I'm going to do the middle one first. It times these two together, so 3 times p. So it's 2 times the 3 times the p, because we need the 2 because of these two over here. And then it will be this one squared, 3 squared. Now you don't have to write it like that. You could work out your answer straight away if you want. So that's p squared, 3 2s are 6p, and 3 squared is 9. So you could do it like that. Let's do this one over here, square this one, a squared. And it's a minus, so this one's going to be a minus in here. Times the two together, 4 times a is 4a, and there's two of them. So 2 times the 4a, again, you can just work out your answer straight away if you want. And then square this one, and 4 squared. So we get a squared minus 4 2s are 8a, and 4 squared is 16. It doesn't matter if there's numbers involved or whatever, we do exactly the same thing. This is the plus, so we're going to use this first one over here. So square the first one. Now put brackets around it, 2f all squared, because the whole thing is squared, plus 2 times 2f times 3. So 2 times 3 is 6f, plus the 3 squared. So when I do this one over here, 2 squared gives me 4, and I've still got the f squared. 2 times 6f, 2 6s are 12, so plus 12f, and 3 squared, which is this one over here, 3 squared is 9. Again, the same thing here. Get this first one, square it, square the whole thing, so 3n all squared minus 2, and I've got to times these two together. Okay, 3n, I'll do them separately this time, 2n, and then it's plus this all squared, 2d all squared. So now we're going to work this all out. So 3n all squared, 3 squared is 9n squared. Looking at the numbers, 2 times 3 times 2, 2 3s are 6, 6 times 2 is 12, so minus 12, and there's the letter D and the letter N. And then this one here, 2 squared is 4, so 4, and then I've got the D squared. So we'll leave that like that. There's also another rule which is called the difference of two squares. So if we've got the same bracket, look, A, B, A and B, so the same bracket, but one is plus and one is minus. When you really work that out, the middle ones go and you get A squared minus the B squared. Make sure you put the minus there. A squared minus B squared, but it has to be the same bracket. So example 2 says, use the difference of two square rules to expand the following. So if we look over here, we have E and a 3, E and a 3, one's got a plus, one's got a minus. So it's the same things in both brackets, one's a plus, one's a minus. So using this rule, we get the first one, which happens to be the E, and we square it. And then it's going to be minus, get the second one, the 3, and we square it. Well, we can work what 3 squared out is. E squared, 3 squared is 9. So that's all we're going to get there. For example, part B, again, the 2 and the 2, the m and the m. So the same bracket, but one of these should have been a plus, so I'm just going to change this one to a plus. Okay, and the other one's a minus. So it's going to be the first one squared, so 2 squared, minus the second one, which is m squared. And 2 squared, we can work out that's 4, minus m squared. And the same here, part C. Same brackets, one's a plus, one's a minus. Get the first one, 2p, and we're going to square it. So I'm going to put brackets around because I need to square the whole thing. Minus 4 squared. When I work this out, 2 squared is 4. So I get 4p squared, and 4 squared is 16. So I've got minus 16. Part D, again, if you look, same bracket. One's a plus, one's a minus. So this is going to be 2p, that's the first thing, all squared, minus the second thing, 4r, all squared. When I work the first one out, 2p, 2 squared, 4, and p squared, minus 4 squared, 16, and r squared.